Shall we go live? Are we live already? Hi students, how are you? How are you all doing? And how was your semi-final exam? I think IPL RCB once again, right? What about you guys? How was your semi-final? And your final will be on 6th and 7th. Guys, are you in your form? Hi students, can you hear me? Tell me in the chat. How was your semi-final? How many questions were you able to attempt? Don't be sad, okay? Even if you could not do it well. Yeah, you should be sad a bit, but anyways, that basically shows how much hard work you have done, or maybe because of other reasons you might not have got good score. Sir, is it advised to practice the mock test of IIT and NEST of SciAstra now? Of course. What else would you prepare? Is my voice good? Somebody is saying low voice, right? Chat, tell me once again. Hey everyone, tell me once again in the chat, is the voice good? Is the video good? Is everything fine? Clearly audible. Hello. It seems fine from my end, okay? Chalo, let's start. So, first of all, I hope your semi-final exam went well. I hope you made the mistakes that you probably were going to make in the actual examination, right? How many of you think it helped? How many of you think that because of this semi-final, now you have got to know what are the mistakes you can do in your final examination? Tell me in the chat. Can you also show me chat box somewhere? That's fine. I'll look in my phone otherwise. या तो इधर रख दो. हाँ. 170 marks. Okay. Do you think it was helpful? Yes or no? I need yes or no in the chat. Great. It seems a lot of people actually got a lot of value from this. Okay, now let's get to know the average marks that you guys were getting. Okay, so I see a lot of people right now, over 100 people watching this concurrently, right? So tell me, what is the marks that you have got, overall marks in IIT semi-final? We also did NEST semi-final, by the way, right? We also had NEST 2026 semi-final. So for IIT, tell me in the chat, what is the marks that you got? Somebody got 103 and they're crying. Somebody got 60. Mock was good. 170 in IIT, 105 in NEST. Wow. 116 marks, 119 marks, 125, 95, 77, 60, 40. Why so low? Guys, what is this? 9 marks? 9 marks? Come on, guys. Out of 240, someone is getting 50, 10, 40. Oh God. Now you know. Now you know. If you were sad because your marks were low, if you were just getting 60, 70 or 80 marks, now you see the chat and you might be feeling better. You're not alone, right? And by the way, this time in the semi-final mega mock test, we did not try any new experiments, right? We did as close possibly to the examination. We made the difficulty level of different subjects as relatable and relatively same as the actual examination. We also, did not do very hard questions and did not do very easy questions. The questions needed adequate amount of time, just like the actual examination, and of course they were conducted at the actual timing and the format. Now, so for those of you who have still not attempted the semi-final mega mock test that we did yesterday, 31st May, Sunday, because in next 6 days you will be able to analyze your mistakes that you did, and hopefully you will do better performance in the final examination. You can again go to the SciAstra app free test section, or you can watch any of our last videos where we have launched this semi-final. We have explained in detail what is the purpose of this, what is the importance of this. You can just go and click to the link. We have also broadcasted everything on your mail as well as WhatsApp, by the way. So those who could not attempt can still attempt, and I think you will again get your actual rank and marks. So that is not a problem. I need a promise from you guys. Okay, the reason I'm here, I will give it to your mentors after my part. Why is Telegram come? I will give it to your mentors after this, but the reason I'm here is I need a promise from you guys for remaining 5 days that you're getting, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. For these 5 days, I want you all, number one, to take care of yourself, physical health and mental health. Number two, I want you all to practice as many questions as you have probably practiced in last 1 month. Do as many tests as possible, especially attempt this semi-final for IIT and NEST, and make a diary. If you have still not followed the strategies I have been telling you for months, at least do that now. Make a diary where you can use that to actually, while traveling to the exam center, you can just read. When you are stressed out, you can just revise those things. We have also done a lot of things like formula sheets and all. So all of those I hope would have been shared to you if you are in crash course or any of the batch with us, right? Yesterday we did another interaction. Your Akhil Bhaiya did an interaction with all of you, right? So we have been trying our best. Our mentor have been trying our best. So many people from SciAstra are working day and night so that your exam actually goes well. And I need a promise from you guys that for next 5 days, you will stay focused, you will take care of yourself, take care of your parents who will be traveling with you to the exam center. I know some of you would be a bit disappointed with the exam center. Keep mailing them. We have also mailed them that the max that we can do. Of course, the exam is remaining. You cannot, you cannot disappoint a testing agency here after before the exam. Maybe after the exam, you can create whatever chaos you want. But right now, your future is dependent on this exam, right? So you also need to think a bit logically. Now, coming to this part, coming to the analysis of IIT 2026 semi-final mega mock test, let's see who were the toppers here. Okay, let's see who were the toppers. And do you think we just somehow selected these toppers? No, we made sure that people who have attempted beyond 2 hours should get the recognition. Okay, not the people who have attempted in 10 minutes, 15 minutes and got 240 out of 240. I have also got a mail from a student. Probably the student might be watching. That bhaiya, you need to check. Some people have scored so less, and I have done so much hard work. I got this many marks with so larger amount of time, and I'm not able to compare. Guys, you will be able to compare here now, right? So we have removed all the people. Let me zoom it a bit. We have removed all the people who took less than 2 hours to give this examination, right? About 3847 people remain then, right? Out of which the highest marks, I hope it is visible. If not, I can just read it out. The highest marks that someone got was 235 out of 240. Just one negative marks, one question he or she attempted but got negative marks. So 4 marks they lost in the question and 1 marks they lost because of the negative marking. Just one question, guys, right? And that happens almost every year. Last year, Yashwant, All India rank 3, that I met, you saw his podcast last year probably. He also did the same thing. And you know what was the mistake? Otherwise, he would have got All India rank 1. He got All India rank 3 because he did not read one question of mathematics properly. He did not read just one question and actually selected the wrong option. So those who are the toppers watching this live, take care of this thing. Average marks somebody got was 78.64. Let's say 78 marks. So now you know those in the chat that if you have got somebody somewhere around 80, 75, 80, 85, you are in the average category. You need to still improve a lot. Below 120, I do not accept that as a good performance. Okay, I do not expect you are getting and working hard if you're getting less than 120 marks, because you're not going to get any of the IISERs in this scenario, right? Median marks were 72, the midpoint, right? Here are your top 10 rankers: Pratha, Saxena, Shamik, Idika, Srijoni, Sai Krishna, Shivansh, Swayam, Srishti, Vanshika, Deep Tarko. Lot of girls here, right? Lot of girls here. Guys, what are you doing? Huh? So with that, I would like to invite your favorite Didi, your favorite Yashika ma'am here. Ma'am, please come here. What do you think, first of all, about this gender ratio here in the top 10 people? Guys, you're disappointing me. Okay. And ma'am, please take care from here onwards. Here are the full marks that they have got. Please explain them. Also explain what are the colleges they might be getting, and then the biology exam. And then each of our mentor, your favorite Satyam sir, your favorite Nitesh sir, Nishant sir will be coming and explaining their part of this live. And then ma'am would come again and finally motivate you, hopefully, for next 5 days. So ma'am, over to you. Thank you so much, guys. All the best for your exam. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So, hi guys. First of all, congratulations to all the people who actually successfully did this entire mega mock on their own. So, big hats off to all the people. So, here, as you can see, Pratha Saxena, she scored 55 marks in biology and full marks in the other three subjects. So, her total score actually came out to be 235, and her actual percentage was 97.9%. Time taken was 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 53 seconds, which is actually very good, right? Now, Shamik scored a total of 230. Idika Singh scored a total of 228, right? Srijoni, 227. We had Sai Krishna. She scored 226. So, it is like, if you see, most of the students are 226, 225, 224, 220. So, it's a very neck to neck competition that you're seeing here, right? So, all these students, a very congratulations to all of you, right? So now if you look at other students who are saying that, you could not score more than 95, you could not score more than 100, it's okay. Even if you're not able to, one thing that you need to understand is, after you have given this mega mock, the next thing you need to see is you need to analyze, right? So once you actually analyze the paper, you'll understand. Now if you see with a calmer mind, if you go through the paper again, you'll understand, okay, here I did not read the question well, okay, here I could not understand the options well, right? So these were the mistakes that you made while attempting the mock. So let's directly jump into your, so yeah, the college prospects. So all these students who scored a rank of 220, the marks of 220 to 235, so all these students are eligible for getting college of IISc Bangalore and IIT Madras based on the 2025 cutoff and whatever 2026 cutoffs we are expecting. So based on these numbers, all these students, they are actually can easily get your IISc Bangalore and IIT Madras, and all the colleges other, like after that your IIT Guwahati, 7 IISers, IICS Kolkata, all those things also, right? So now let's move on to your subject wise analysis. So I'll just zoom this out a bit. Okay, so let's start with biology. So again, in IIT we know there are 15 questions in biology, right? Now 11 questions. If from your class 11 you had around 7 questions, from your class 12 you had around 9 questions. So ideally per question you should take around 2.2 to 2.5 minutes, right? Easy, there were 6 questions. Moderate, there were 6 questions. And hard, there were only 3 questions, right? So it was half and half. Overall, the paper was between easy to moderate. There were some hard questions, which we always expect in an examination. Why? Because that is where, you actually test the aptitude of any child who's giving the examination, right? Now, if you look at the class split, class 11 had 40% of the portion in the paper, class 12 had around 60%, right? Now, if you actually see the breakdown, right? So majority of the paper, 50% of biology marks, they came from majorly 3 units. That is your human physiology, your molecular biology, that is your genetics, and your cell biology. So these were your 3 units which actually comprised majority of your paper. Now if you look at the topic wise breakage, your human physiology had 20% of the weightage, ecology was 10%, plant physiology, cell division, and your evolution. All three of them were 5%. Biochemistry, that is your biomolecules, that was 20%, right? Cell biology, molecular biology was 15%, and genetics was around 10%. So now, whenever you're approaching a biology question, try to keep this in mind, that whenever you're actually approaching, understand what the question, understand what the examiner is trying to ask you, understand what is given in the diagram, read the questions properly. And I have told this way and again that if you are not sure about a particular answer, instead of finding the right answer, try finding what is more wrong, right? So here we approach the elimination method, right? Okay. So the exam, generally we, so everybody knows the accuracy of SciAstra when it comes to conducting mega mocks for IIT and NEST is somewhat similar only. So if you are getting around, 130, 140 marks, expect to get at least 5, 6 or 10 to 12 marks more in your actual examination. So level is somewhat similar only, right? That is where the expertise of SciAstra kicks in. So don't worry about it. If you are scoring less, practice more, revise, give more mocks. It will help you boost your, preparation as well. So with that, we'll move to the next subject. So the next subject here is your chemistry. So I'll call your Nitesh sir on stage and he'll give you the analysis. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. So, hi guys, how are you? So first of all, congratulations to all of the students who have scored top 10 ranks, and special sorry to Sai Krishna. He's not a girl, he's a guy, but it's okay. That happens. So yeah, so those who have scored good marks. Okay. So basically, you're doing good here, right? You're scoring above 200 marks above. You will get IISc Bangalore, you will get IIT Madras, and it is fine. But the point is, you have to keep it up. Okay, so don't now be overconfident that you have scored a lot of marks, so now you will let it loose and you will not practice or you will not study or something like that. So give more and more marks still, because you have to improve more. Because if you are scoring, like, let's say you are scoring 220, so aim for 240, right? Why don't we improve, right? And for those students who have scored less, okay, so first of all, don't worry, it's okay, it's just an exam. Okay, just calm it off, just cool it off, it's okay. Life is not going to end if you are not going to clear this exam, first of all. So remember that. So, and always try to be calm while giving exam. So I have had many texts from my students, right, who are saying that bhaiya, the exam was easy but I was not able to do that. Bhaiya, the exam was easy but I gave less marks to bio, so I was not able to do this. So basically the point is, you have to calm yourself before giving the exams. So these are the tips that we give year long on this SciAstra English channel. We give out a lot of reels, a lot of long videos, so that is for your purpose only, right? So let's come on to your chemistry subject analysis. So in chemistry subject analysis, obviously 15 questions were there. So class 11 7 question, class 12 8 question. So I already gave you the split of class 11 and 12, so it will always be 50-50%, almost 50-50%, right? And 7 questions were easy, if you can see. So basically, let's separate these 5 and 3. Let's suppose you don't even know these hard and this moderate questions. So you still could have done 7 questions, right? Still could have scored 7 good marks, like 7 questions like multiplied by +4, right? So basically, a lot of people didn't even do that, right? So try to do that. Okay, so only 7 days are left, maybe 6 days are left, right? 5-6 days are left. So try to revise your things, work on your weak topics, right? So these things will help you. Now if you are going to do the topic breakdown, so inorganic was 20, organic was 40, physical was 40. So this paper was basically, in real paper you will get inorganic 28 to 29%. Okay, you won't get physical 40%. So this paper was physical heavy, so it can happen. So basically nothing is wrong here, but that is the thing. And if you can see, overall difficulty of the paper was medium. So basically, at least from 15 questions you should have done 7 to 8 questions. Those who have not done 7 to 8 questions, then you are lacking in chemistry. So basically, all the mentors are working so hard for you. We are giving you Maha revision and rescue series, so why don't you make use of that, right? So don't worry, point is, you still have 5 days. So it's just like even if in these 5 days you can work on the most important topics, you can see the Maha revision sessions of all the mentors, you can practice all the PYQs, it will still be fine. Okay, so without wasting any further time, again, first of all, congratulations again to all those who have scored good, and don't worry. Okay, those who have not scored well, don't worry. So now let's call your favorite Satyam Bhaiya for your physics subject analysis. Okay, आ जाइए सत्यम sir.
Hi everyone. So I hope you have tried your best to attempt this mock just as your real exam. I hope you have taken it seriously enough, right? Okay. So first of all, I would like to ask, in physics, how much marks have you got? Can you write specifically for the physics once again in the chat? So till then, I will also explain the analysis part, right? But write that in the chat. So as you can see, almost 11th and 12th portions were asked equally, right? 7 and 8 questions. So that is the split up that you can expect even in the final exam. So give equal weightage to both 11th and 12th class topics. Then see, physics usually demands more time, right? In comparison to bio and chemistry, definitely less than maths, but still the average time that you can expect here is 2.8 minutes, right? You have to speed up, not just in accuracy you have to maintain, but you have to learn proper time management as well. Like if I will talk about the level of the paper, so again, as you can see that it was more on the moderate side only, right? Easy to moderate, you can say. So that's how the paper level was. If I will talk about the main topics, right? What are the most scoring topics and all those stuff. So here you can see the analysis, and the majority of the portion that was asked was based upon the classical mechanics, which is a heavy weightage for the class 11th, right? And then thermodynamics as well. So from the 12th portions, the important topics are like modern physics as well as the electromagnetism. So these are the main important topics that you can see from the 12th along with the optics part. So just have a proper revision, do more and more question practice so that whoever has not scored well in this mock test, in this semi-final, you can score best, try your best for the final exam. That's what we want from you, right? Okay, so you are getting 32, 24, 40, 56 marks, okay, for the physics. Some getting even 20. So that's a point of worry. You have to work hard, right? You can have a proper revision from the Maha revision sessions that we are conducting, and you can practice more and more questions. Try more such mock tests, right? So that you get an idea and feel of how to manage the time and filter out the tough questions. So now let's come to the mathematics analysis. So I will invite Nishant sir for that. Sir.
Hi, hello everyone. So first of all, congratulations to all those who have hit their target scores and to all those who have not scored well. So don't lose hope and confidence. This was just a mock, all right? Your main focus should be on your exam. And as you all fear maths, so my recommendation for you would be first, please analyze the complete math section. Okay, all right, don't start with the question number one if you see that is very difficult. So first, analyze the complete maths portion, filter out what are your easy questions, moderate and hard. First, please do your easy ones and then come to the moderate one. That will help you boost your confidence as well. And then you can approach the hard question in your second shift when you will come to the moderate or hard level question. Okay, so let's analyze how was your mock exam. So you had 5 questions from class 11th and 10 from your class 12th. All right. So your average time should be 2.2 because more of 10 questions. 10 questions were easy. So that's why the average time is 2.2 minutes. So 10 questions were easy. So you should have scored very well in your mathematics section. There were 4 moderate and just 1 hard question. So it was overall an easy paper only. So you should have scored better, and you can analyze where you actually stand if you are not able to attempt these 10 easy questions as well. So now let's come down to the topic wise breakdown. So more of you are getting calculus and coordinate geometry. That itself covers your 46% of the complete class 11th and 12th mathematics that is majorly asked in your exams. All right. So please focus on these two topics well. So overall difficulty level is what? Easy to medium only. All right. So yes, that was it about the mathematics portion. So let me call Yashika ma'am again.
Thank you. So I think, guys, that was the analysis for all your papers. Now if I talk about, the strategy and recommendation. So again, I think we have told you like ample amount of times that whenever you're talking about any subject, like let's like biology, so we know we have to prioritize cell biology, your genetics, ecology, right, your human physiology, right, and you have, you know, enzyme kinematics, your Michael Mentelis equation, the straight line graph of it. Now many students, they know, okay, that this graph, this is what the graph is going to look like for your competitive inhibitor, this is what it is going to look like for your non-competitive inhibitor. Now if they plot the same thing in a straight line graph and they give it to you, then your minds, they are completely shut, right? So rather than just following one thing blindly, you actually have to broaden your perspective whenever we are talking about any entrance exam, right? Now if you talk about chemistry, it is have been told to you multiple times that you master organic and physical chemistry, because organic is 40%, physical is also 40%, right? And physics also, you have to drill classic mechanics and your electromagnetism. Classic mechanics is 40%, thermodynamics it is 20%, wave, your simple harmonic motion is 15%, right? Now again on mathematics, you have your calculus, that is 33%, algebra is 27%, so that is around 60% of the marks that are actually going to come for your examination, right? Now if I talk about the cutoffs, expected cutoff, so now we know in 2025 for IISc Bangalore, the actual cutoff went around 212 to 235. This year also we expect the cutoff to just go from 215 to 235. So we have repeatedly told you, consider the safe score of about 220 whenever you're considering 220 plus, actually whenever you are, you know, taking into picture of IISc Bangalore. See, remember, whenever we talk about safe score, you cannot take safe score based on the lower limit. You always have to take the upper limit, and you always have to take somewhere the middle range, right, the average. You cannot be like, okay, the last cutoff, let's say, was 212, right? So you will be like, okay, if I get 212 marks, I'll get IISc Bangalore. No, that is pure stupidity, right? You cannot take the lowest cutoff as, you know, the safest score for a particular college. Remember this thing, okay? Now, for IISER Pune, the expected cutoff of 2026 is going to be 165 to 200. Again, if you look at all the IISERs, all the 7 IISERs from 2020, 2023, 24, 25, the cutoff has been rising only. It has not been stable. It has been rising. Initially, it rose for about 6 marks, then 8 marks, and IISER Pune, it is the only college that has increased its cutoff for at least, I think, 11 marks, right? From 2024 to 25, it increased the cutoff up to 11 marks, okay? So IISER Pune always has a rising trend, right? IIT Madras, since it is new, so we are expecting the cutoff to be 200 plus, 200 to 220. Your IIT Guwahati, right, again 180 to 200, okay? Here also you see the change is plus 32, so it is also rising, right? Now, IISER Kolkata will be 150 to 180. That is an expected cutoff range based on the trends that we have seen. Your IISER Mohali is going to be 145 to 175 plus 13 marks here again, right? Your IISER Bhopal is 140 to 170. IISER TVM is 130 to 160. And IISER Tirupati is 120 to 140. IISER Behrampur also is 110 to 130. So, all the cutoffs that you are seeing, all the cutoffs that you're, beta, for SC/ST, I think we have made a detailed video about this also, so you can check that out as well, okay? I think you'll find the cutoff list there, okay? We'll come to NEST. We are coming to NEST after this only, right? We are coming to NEST. Don't worry about it, okay? So this was all about your, you know, so if you're getting a score between 120 to 140, then your expected all India rank would be 1 to 30. Then you are very likely to get IISc Bangalore. If you have a score of 200 to 214, then you can easily get either, then not easily, but you can get IISER Pune and IIT Madras, and maybe if you are lucky enough, you'll get IISc Bangalore as well. 175 to 199, you can get IISER Pune. 155 to 174, you can get IISER Kolkata or Mohali. 140 to 154, you can get IISER Bhopal to TVM. 120, say 139, you'll get IISER TVM or Tirupati. And if you have less than 120, IISER Behrampur, again the chances are very less, because IISER Behrampur also has started to increase their cutoff. Now this was all about IIT. Now let's begin with the other most important exam, that is your NEST examination, right? So I think NEST Mega Mock also happened around yes, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on 31st, that is Sunday itself. The reason why we actually conducted these mega mocks exactly on the same time, this is a way in which you train your brain, right? So that, we see, everybody what they do, they generally have their lunch at around 1:30, and then they start to feel sleepy. So whenever you sit in the examination hall to actually give the exam, your brain would be like, yeah, I don't want to think about it, I just want to sleep. So to avoid these things, what do? You actually practice more so that your brain knows, okay, this is the time frame, this is the time range where I have to stay active, right? Okay. Beta, one more mock test. I think we'll ask Vivek sir and he'll let you know about it. IISc Kolkata, we are expecting the cutoff to be around 180, 200 because this is the first time IISc Kolkata will be, conducting, will be taking students through your IISER aptitude test. So we are also not very sure what the cutoff is going to be. But try to keep your marks on the higher end so that you can actually get, I know it's easy to say, but trust me, it is even easier to do if you have the discipline, if you have the dedication. With that, let's come to the next results, right? So again, here also we have filtered the students who took, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. We have already eliminated them. So majority of the highest marks that a student has scored out of 180 in your next examination, that is 173. Average score was around 56 to 57, right? So if you actually see the first name that we have, it is Shivansh, right? So Shivansh actually scored 173 marks out of 180, so 96.1%, and the time that he has taken is 2 hours 46 minutes and 55 seconds, which is actually commendable, right? That is actually very, very commendable, and he has attempted all 4 subjects. If you can see, biology 56, chemistry 57, physics 60. Wow. And mathematics, he has scored 52. That is amazing. Now, again, in NEST, you can attempt all 4 subjects, but best of 3 will be calculated, right? So here also, best of 3, that is physics, chemistry, and biology for Shivansh has been calculated. Now, coming to Akarshika. So she also has scored 168 out of 180. That is again very amazing. Biology 52, chemistry she has scored 56. Physics again she has scored 60. Wow. And mathematics 41, right? Then you have Abhijit. Abhijit has, God bless you, Abhijit has only attempted 3 sections. And look at the accuracy. He has scored 165 marks. He did not attempt biology. Ouch. But out of only attempting physics, chemistry and maths, look how strong hold he has for his subject. He scored 165 marks out of 180. That is commendable. Then we have Nam. He scored 44 in biology, 52 in chemistry, 56 in physics and 56 in mathematics. So best of 3 was 164 again. Then you had Ritika Ghosh. Ritika Ghosh again, wow. Physics, chemistry and mathematics, just with these 3 subjects, she had scored 164 marks, right? Amazing. Then you have Pratha Saxena. I think Pratha Saxena was there in your IIT also. So she has scored 160 marks out of 180. Then you have Jeevana Priya. She has scored 160 again out of 180. You have Arigya. See, I'm very sorry. I am reading your names for the first time. So if there is any mistake in the pronunciation, please forgive me. Right? Then you have Arigya. Arigya has scored 156 out of 180. Then you have Swastika. I think Swastika is actually a boy. He has scored 154 marks out of 180. Swastik, I think that is the name, not Swastika, it is Swastik. I think I have met him also. Very sweet child. Now, and then you have Vandana. Vandana has scored 153 marks out of 180, which is actually very good, right? Chalo. Then college, if you look at college, the prospects of the college, all the 10 students, right? All the 10 students, they are highly likely to get both NISER Bhubaneswar as well as your CBS Mumbai, right? So, now, let's look at the subject-wise analysis, right? Let's just directly jump into that. Now, if we start with biology. Now, NEST is an examination which has around 20 questions, right? 20 questions per subject, right? So, if you look at biology, from class 11th, you had 9 subjects. From class 12th, you had 11 questions. And your average time that was taken per question was 3.5 minutes. So, 9 questions from 11th. 12th class, you had 11 questions. You had 7 easy, 8 moderate and 5 hard questions. Again here also, so class 12th was around 55%, class 11th was around 45%, right? Now, here also biology was the hardest subject. 9 of 20 questions tested deep cell biology concept, molecular biology, that is again your genetics, your biochemistry. Now, what is in biochemistry? ETC, that is your electron transport chain, that comes in your plant physiology, your enzyme kinematics, mRNA synthesis, DNA replication, human physiology, cell biology. These were the important topics. So, overall difficulty for biology subject was on the higher end, right? Moderate to higher end. Again, here if you see the analysis is the topic wise breakage is same. Your human physiology was 20%, which was the highest of all. Ecology here was 15%, right? In your IIT, I think it was 10%, but here it was 15%. Plant physiology is 10%. Your genetics was 10%. Cell biology, molecular biology, ecology, all three were 15%. Biomolecules, your cell biology and your evolution was around 5%. So this was the entire breakdown for your biology part, right? Alright beta, if there is an error in particular question, then I think that automatically goes into grace marking. Okay, so don't worry about that, right? And I think that is what Ashish has written continuously. 120 marks in IIT Mega Mock, they are decent, but try to score a little higher. Okay? 231 marks in 45 minutes is something that we would not, believe or consider. So it might sound rude, but it is the truth, right? So now, let's move on to the next subject. That is again chemistry. So I'll call your Nitesh sir back on stage so he can actually give you a briefing about the chemistry and maybe some tips also so that you can prepare better. All the best, sir.
ठीक है. So again we are back, right? So first of all, let's just analyze the paper. Then I will give you some tips and tricks. Okay, don't worry. So the chemistry subject. See, 8 questions were easy, 9 were moderate, right? So 10 questions were from 11, 10th were from 12th. As simple as that. So the point is the exam was again in the moderate to easy side, but I don't know. See, let's see here. Wait a second. Let me just see here. I don't know what is happening in chemistry to you guys. See the physics marks 60, 60, 56, 56, 60. Chemistry 52, 52, 50, 44, 50 to 49. Moderate. It was moderate. It was not hard. It was not hard. Okay. So please improve your chemistry and to this person and to all other persons who are scoring negative marks like biology -11. So don't do negative. If you are not sure about something, if you are not sure about a particular question, if you are not 60 to 70% sure, leave it. Okay, don't do negative. It will just harm you. Okay, so these are the things that you need to do to improve your rank. Obviously, it is good right now, but you can obviously go higher, right? And obviously, to those who have not scored very well, so you need to work a lot, right? Then chemistry. Okay. So topic breakdown was again inorganic 30%, organic 35%, physical 35%. So this is correct breakdown. So you will get the exam just like this only, like a bit higher, lower, something like that. Percentage can be higher or lower. But the point is paper was kind of easy to moderate. So don't be like, don't think that chemistry is very easy. Don't get overconfident. Chemistry is the subject that can boost your rank, but you are doing the reverse of it. Okay, so don't think that. Okay, and obviously try to give equal time management to chemistry as well. Okay, and reduce your negative marking. Do the things which you know, don't do the things which you don't. As simple as that. So okay, so let's move to physics analysis. आ जाइए सत्यम sir.
So once again, hi everyone. So first of all, I was reading the chat and I know the level of the paper for the physics. So yes, those who have scored good in physics in this mock test, it's just because yes, in this test physics was easy. But you have to make sure that if somehow physics would be tough, then you know what the toughness level of physics can be. So just keep that thing in mind. So don't be relaxed in physics just after this test. So let's have a quick breakdown. So here definitely the trend says that again it was more on easy to moderate level, right? But personally, if I will compare it with the IIT, so even I have felt that the next physics portion was a bit easier side, right? So just prepare for the tough paper. That's what I would say. So here again, if I will count on the important topics, right? So you know what is the difficulty level. Both 11th and 12th are again important. So you cannot leave any of them. So see, the trend says that since majority of the class 11th, at least half of the class 11th contains classical mechanics, so that is important, right? Because they can merge questions with classical mechanics and somehow with EM waves as well, basically electromagnetism as well. In electromagnetism, your all the subjects are counted, right? The electricity, magnetism, electrostatic, and the variations as well. So don't just count it as a just one particular chapter. It's actually a section that is mentioned here, right? And again, for thermodynamics, it's important. And as per the trend, you know that even waves and oscillation is getting importance nowadays. So focus on that. Modern physics is anyway a scoring topic, right? So just don't miss these topics. That would I would say. And in physics, you know that what is required is not just the concepts, but during exam time you have to read questions very carefully, because it will demand not just calculation, but it requires deep conceptual reasoning. At that moment you should be able to judge and to think logically that what has been asked in the question, how you can simplify the calculation, and how based on option elimination you can manage basically time more properly. Once again, accuracy is something that you should mainly focus upon, right? So don't do any type of negative marking. I know not all questions would be correct, so that I can understand, but you should try to be less negative. You just have to try that all questions which you are marking, either you are 100% sure or at least you have eliminated two of the options. Only then you should mark the options. That's what my advice would be, right? So just once again, revise properly, try some PYQs once again, and try to do some hard questions as well, so that you can prepare for the tough exam. So with this, now let's call Nishant sir for the next section of the mathematics. Nishant sir.
Hi everyone, so we are back again and let's analyze your next exam. So as you can see, out of 20 questions, 10 were from your class 11th and 10 were from your class 12th. So we have equal number of questions from both your classes and your topics here. All right, average time must have been your 3.6 minutes for each question, and there were 6 easy questions, 10 moderate and just 4 hard. So you can say it was more of a moderate side paper, and you should expect again not easy or moderate in your next exam. It should be a little bit hard only. All right, so please be prepared for that, and if you're scoring good in this mock test, so please expect a little bit higher side only in your next exam. So now coming to the topic wise breakdown. So your calculus and coordinate geometry in NEST as well as in IIT, these two topics are very much asked. In calculus, especially your integration, as we can see, at least 3 to 4 questions or minimum 2 questions are always asked from your integration portion, and then applications of derivative as well. All right, so as we can see, it was just a medium paper only. So calculus was the hardest part in your mock exam, in which you had limit and you had to use Taylor expansion, then differentiability matrix and OD. All right, so and one thing that I should tell you and recommend you is please try to eliminate options as well in mathematics as much as you can, because elimination helps a lot. Or like if you can eliminate 2 options, then your probability of getting correct answer increases by almost 70%. So try elimination if you see some very difficult. And in maths there is mixed concept questions as well. A lot of mixed concept questions will be seen, so please analyze them carefully and please try to attempt them with cool mind and read everything and whatever detail is given to you with your calm mind. All right, so this was all about your mathematics portion and your analysis. Let me call over your Yashika ma'am again to address you guys.
All right, students. So I think as you heard from all the mentors, right, what are the things that you should do, what are the things you should not do. Remember one thing, first thing that is very important is do not take any subject for granted, right? Be it chemistry, be it biology, be it physics. If you're scoring full marks here, does not mean that you will overconfidently feel that, okay, I have mastered the subject. That is not true. This, if you're scoring high, if you're scoring marks on the higher end, or if you have scored full marks, that is good. You can take that as a way of trusting yourself, that even if you have some harder questions, right, even if you have some harder questions, you will be able to do what, you will be able to solve them in the long run, right? Rather than being overconfident ki, okay, I to got full marks here, I'll get full marks even in my examination. No, this is where students actually slip, this is where the students actually do silly mistakes. So avoid that as much as you can, right? Now Coming to the strategy, see again, these are the important topics that we have been telling you over and over again. We have the Maha revision series, we even have, you know, your mock test series, that you have your mock test series, you have your everything mock test series. So you actually have everything that you need for your preparation. I don't understand why you people are not able to utilize that fruitfully, right? Biology and chemistry are two such subjects which can be your stepping stones, right? They are easy to score. Okay, they are actually easy to score. We have also given the examinations, we have also studied the subject, so we know they are easy to score, right? They are easy to score, so you can use them as an advantage to actually boost your rank rather than, you know, getting, you know, more and more negative. Why? Because you are overconfident that okay, I did so well in my mega mock, I'll do even better in my IIT nest. No, take this as a reminder that okay, trust yourself, build your knowledge more, practice more mocks, and see if your scores are consistent or if they are falling or if they are fluctuating in any particular, you know, type of questions, and practice such questions more. Because remember, whenever you're revising, I have said this, you know, a lot of times, whenever you're revising, you have to revise your weak topics better, because we already have a good hold on the stronger topics, right? And second thing, practice more. The more you practice, the polished your, you know, preparation is going to be, and the like more excellence that you have, better results you're going to get, right? Chalo. Now, if I take you to the expected cutoff, okay, right. Now, for general in 2024, now this is for 2024, 25 and 26. So, we are just going to compare 2025 and 26. Now, 25 mein the actual cutoff for general was 90 plus. Expected cutoff for your general is going to be 95 plus. However, I would still say that try keeping your score above 115 plus whenever you are attempting your next. This is specifically for general people, right? OBC NCL 2025 it was 82 plus, expected is again 88 plus. However, I would still suggest keep your keep your marks between 90 to 100 whenever you are attempting your next examination. EWS it was 83 plus, it is going to jump up to 86. Again, I would request all of you that even if you have a category, even if you don't have a category, keep your, if you have a category, well and good, it is good for you, you have an advantage over the other, right? So keep your rank, or keep your score, actually not your rank, keep your score between 95 to 100. And for those who do not have a category, try to aim for 115 plus marks, right? All the general students, trust me, try to aim for 115 to 120 plus marks for your NISER and CBS Mumbai in your next examination, right? SC it was 68, 26 may we are expecting it to go to 75 plus. ST it was 65, we are expecting it to go to 70 plus. JNK, the Kashmiri migrant JNK students, 65 plus was the cutoff. 70 plus we are something that we are expecting. Now again, one thing I'll tell you, JNK students, do not expect your cutoff to be very low, or do not compare your cutoff to be somewhere similar to the other categories, right? Because J&K cutoff is such that it is somewhat similar, close to what the cutoff goes for general category, okay? This is something that I am telling you from, you know, personal observations and all. So try keeping your score also between 110 to 120, right? PW it was 46 plus in 2025, 2026 we are expecting it to be 50 plus. Now, the students who actually, now if you have 150 plus marks, then of course you can get NISER Bhubaneswar and CBS Mumbai. 130 to 149 marks, you will get NISER Bhubaneswar and CBS Mumbai. 115 to 129. So if you have a score of 114 to 150, like I said, try keeping your score between 115 to 120, then you can easily get what? You can easily get NISER Bhubaneswar, right? 95 to 99 is the last for your IIT NISER people, right? 88 to 94 is acceptable for OBC and EWS only, and below 88, right, below 88 marks, ST, SC and PWD, they also have a slight chance, because now even competition has increased even in the categories also, right? So this was your entire insight for your NEST and your IIT Mega Mock. Now see, if you have any questions, any problems, you can always leave them in the comment section below. You guys know that we are here for you. We are always here to help you. We are always here to guide you. You have all the sources with you. So I know you are troubled because you have your, your NEST center is somewhere, your IIT center is somewhere. I know those problems are there. But for now, I would suggest, why don't you let your parents worry about that? You worry about your preparation, right? I know it is troublesome because you have to travel a lot. It's going to be very hectic, but it's just a matter of 2 days, right? Think about it like that. It's just a matter of 2 days. Now you cannot do anything about it. It's not in your hands. It's beyond your capacity. So just let it go, right? What you need to focus on is revise well, have your formula sheets ready, take all your, documentations, keep them prepared beforehand itself, sleep well, eat well, and revise and give at least one mock per day, 1 or 2 mocks per day. And after you've given them, just don't close them, revisit them, analyze them, and whatever questions you've done wrong, redo them, right? So this is what I'll say from my side, okay? And if you're scoring, if you have scored less in a mega mock, that is okay. You still have 5 days. You can still revise, practice more, and you can still have a comeback, right? Beta, my package is something that, you should not worry about. So you worry about your exam, okay? Chalo. So I think we'll end the live here. Okay, if you have scored 110, that is actually good. But for IIT, again, I would say keep your score above 135 to 140 plus. And for your next examination, keep your score between 115 to 120 plus. It will definitely give you a seat in your dream institute. All the very best for your preparation. Sleep well, eat well, stay healthy, right? Chalo. All right, students. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.